Hello everyone, what's up my Roxers crew here? I'm gonna let the game load, but this was actually suggested to me. I have never seen one of these games before. I've seen where people put out horror stories and it's like a walkthrough. But apparently this is a ride. So we'll check it out. It's something spooky, so why not? Well, let's hope it's spooky. How about that? Where do I go? Mary in the mirror. Okay, I may enter. Coming soon. Okay. Good evening. Right through the doors, please. Enter. Oh, so it's like a conveyor belt thing. Okay. The Scary Stories ride. Alright. Let's do this. I'll keep the chat open. Candace invited her best friends over for a sleepover. The girls were all excited. After settling in, Candace asked her friends, "Who wants to hear a scary story?" They all raised their hands, excited. Okay. On to the next scene. Yeah, I'll have to Okay guys, this is a scary one, so get ready. The girls got giddy and waited for Candace to begin. Once upon a time there was an herbalist named Mary Whitford who lived deep in a forest. Okay. They're so cute. I'll stand like this. Mary was a beautiful woman who had become a powerful healer and would make potions with herbs to help people from their illnesses. She was the best healer anyone had ever known. Okay. Creepy music. Everyone would always comment about Mary's beauty, and many men courted her secretly. But Mary was more interested in making medicine than getting married. Okay. Thought it was going to be like an actual ride, but it's okay. But then one day while Mary was out in the forest collecting mushrooms, she tripped over a chain and fell face first into a large bear trap that snapped closed on her face. Ow. That's no good. Mary managed to break free of the trap, but her face had become horribly damaged. She refused to see anyone for over a year, while she tried different medicines to heal the scars on her face. But nothing worked. Finally, she gave up and decided to wear a veil to cover her face. And she went back to work healing people again. Okay. She told them that she had just needed time to study medicine more and that her eyes had become light sensitive, so she wore the veil. Okay. I wonder how long this took. This is cute. Then one day a man named Lord Harlan showed up at her house. Lord Harlan was just one of the many men who'd fallen in love with Mary, and he'd come to ask her to marry him. He's so stocky. He presented her with a huge ruby ring and promised her all of his wealth if she would just marry him, but Mary didn't care about the money. Aw, the ring. However, she did indeed find Lord Harlan to be very handsome, charming, intelligent, and sweet, so she told him that if he would accept her as she is, that she would marry him. Oh, is she gonna take her veil off? Oh no. Lord Harlan was so excited he knelt down and said, "Mary, I accept you as you are. Will you marry me?" Mary answered, "Yes, Lord Harlan, I will marry you." Aww. Mary knew that Lord Harlan was an honorable man and a man of his word, so she just knew that he would not be concerned with how she looked now after the accident. Oh, girl, he's gonna run. Mary held out her hand, and Lord Harlan slipped on the ring. They embraced each other, and Lord Harlan raised his hands up to her face and took off the veil to kiss her. Oh no. I think we know where this is going. Once the veil was off, she smiled at him, but his eyes grew wide and his face cringed in disgust as he jumped backwards. What? What happened to you? You're a monster, he cried out loud. Oh, poor Mary. That's really mean. In that single moment, Mary's heart was shattered completely. Lord Harlan ran from Mary's house screaming aloud, "Witch! Witch! Mary Whitford is a witch!" That's so mean. My goodness. Word spread through the villages that Mary Whitford had become a witch and that she practiced black magic, which wasn't true at all. Man. This is very well done. Shout out to the person. Oh, there's people. The local people from the surrounding villages gathered together to confront Mary. They went to Mary's tiny house and knocked her door down. Wow, rude. I caught up with the rest of the server. Oh my goodness. They dragged her out of her house and tore off her veil. They screamed in horror at the scars on Mary's face and began taunting her and laughing at her. Wow. Alright, on to the next. They even made up a rhyme for her. Mary, Mary, once so lovely. Mary, Mary, now so ugly. Mary sat on the ground and wept as the villagers burned down her house and left. That is so messed up. What is burning down a house gonna accomplish? I don't understand. After that, Mary moved deeper into the forest and lived in a small mud and grass hut. She was filled with anger at how horribly she was treated and how she was betrayed. So she spent her time learning witchcraft and cast a spell on the world that would last forever. Aww. She wrote down on parchment what that spell would do and left one parchment in each village for all to know. You go, girl. The spell would curse anyone who repeated that ugly rhyme that the villagers made up about Mary by turning their faces into that of a real monster. Whoa. He is. He's like a swamp man. And if you repeat her name 3 times in front of a mirror in a darkened room, she will appear inside of it looking back at you. And then something terrible happens. Ooh. That's scary. What is that? Ugh. That scared me. I didn't expect there to be sound like that. Boo! Candace screamed. The girls all screamed in fright. The boo scared me. I actually jumped. And that was the story of Mary Whitford. The girls jumped up and clapped, all of them agreeing that the story was great, but also very, very scary, yet very sad too. I agree. That is an actually sad story. Then Tara put her hand up and dared all to repeat Mary Whitford's name in front of Candace's mirror together. At first they all said no way, but after a little convincing, they decided to do it. Don't do it. It's the actual one game that I'm terrified to do. I did it once as a kid, and it just scared me so badly. The girls lit some candles, turned out the lights, and stood in front of the mirror and said the name Mary Whitford 3 times, and waited. Oh good, because I was not going to say that 3 times. I'm glad I didn't say that. Suddenly, a frightening face appeared in the mirror and Candace screamed, but nobody else did. She looked at her friends and asked, "Did you see that?" But they all said no. Pink's here! Pink! I need you for Judy! Pink! It was then that they admitted that they said the name with their eyes closed. Candace was the only one who kept her eyes open. And then suddenly... Uh-oh, she's gonna turn off the lights. That's evil. 2 long and frightening hands reached out from the mirror and grabbed Candace, pulling her inside of it. Oh dear. Now the girls could see Candace inside the mirror looking back at them. Only now Candace looked monstrous. Aww, Candace. Now she's trapped inside of this mirror with me forever, yelled Mary Whitford. She glared at the girls and let out a horrible scream before disappearing with Candace. Uh-oh. No one ever saw or heard from Candace again. Oh, Candace. If you repeat her name 3 times in front of a mirror, no, don't do it. I won't. Don't have to tell me. Oh. Oh, you mother. That's wonderful. It didn't scare me, but that was wonderful. And that was the ride. Yay, badge! Yay, badge! Back to the theater. Alright guys, so that was the spooky ride. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And shout out to Pink. She agreed to help me with Judy. Because, you know, like, I cannot do that game alone ever again. But this was a nice break from such a scary and spooky game. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.